going on, everybody? Welcome to today's show. I'm so excited to have one of the most biggest stars on LinkedIn, if you don't know, because I have been waiting for her for so long. And let me tell you, I was nervous when I had to ask her, like, you want to come on my show, my little show? So I've got like the most amazing video producer. She's got flair. She's got style. She's got a personality. She's just got it going on. And I'm so excited. And she's in one of the best states in the world. Now, I'm in Florida, but she's in one of the best states in the world. And I know that's right. She's been meeting up with some good old folks out there, just having some friends, having a good time. And if you don't know her, I don't know where you've been at. So hopefully you guys know her and we'll connect with her if you don't, because I'm excited to be able to introduce you to her. But we're going to go ahead. We're not going to hold this show up at all because we got to get right to it. We got Sri out here. She is, oh my God, the queen. I'm just so lucky to have you here today. Thank you for being here with me.
I am honored to be here. And when you said I'm one of the biggest, I'm like, in my mind, I'm still thinking I have so much more to go and work towards. And I just am enjoying this moment with you and all of you who are joining in. Hello, Jamie. Thank you for joining. So let's get into it.
Yeah. You posted recently on your third business birthday or anniversary. It depends how you look at it. And I was like, me too. I was rather quiet about it just because, but you celebrated and I just had to reach out and kind of make that comment. Like, we started this road not that long ago and time has just gone by, but we have grown so much and it's just been, for me, it's been really fun. It's just been a blessing all around and I've met some amazing people. But tell us a little bit about your business in these past 3 years. I want to know.
I want to say congratulations to you and all of you who are watching. Drop some hearts because it's not easy to go live for 3 years, not give up, not walk away from it, because it takes effort. It takes a lot of your energy and your family has to be a part of it. Unfortunately or fortunately, my family likes to come in and interrupt my live shows and make a special appearance. So
I lock the door.
Getting into your question, I'm a video marketing producer. I help entrepreneurs create videos that make them money. My agency, which is a wonderful team, and we know what it takes to do the social media management. We know what it takes to run a live streaming show like this, set up the technology, find the guests, get the show notes prepared, even do the marketing for the show, putting it onto a podcast, doing the marketing for people to tune in when the episode drops. And then you still have to focus on your business and your clients. And then there's sales calls. So what we do is we take care of all of that, meaning you're producing the social media management and you focus on the things that make you money. And so I've never realized that this could be a business until one of the clients I had last year said, hey, you know what? I don't want to learn. I want you to do it. And if you have never seen those opportunities come, when you start to dive and fall more into your passion, you start seeing those types of opportunities coming.
Yes. Wow. Well, I mean, it's just been incredible how you've been able to just do all of that work, learn all the things, and really just do high quality. Because for me, I love to talk about high quality is so important. And I know that you've just been able to do some really amazing things with some amazing people. One of them being Mr. Robert Berry. Hey, thank you for joining this conversation, Robert. It's good to have you here. I see that there's somebody else I don't know. I can't see your name. LinkedIn user. Got to go public with that profile. Change those settings for us. So we can give you some recognition. Drop your name in the chat as well. That way, at least we can address you properly, right? Yeah, we'll show you some love. And yes, Jamie, thank you for being here as well. Look at all those little emojis. We love it. Thank you so much. And Florence, she's checking in from Facebook, paired through Restream on your channel. So we love technology. We love live streaming. It provides amazing opportunities for communities to come together, creators to come together, just talk about what we do, what we love, how we love to amplify other voices, and just be part of the community live. So thank you again for being here, Florence. It's nice to meet you. Florence Love. Oh, I love that. Okay. So let's keep going. We only got 30 minutes. Live streaming is an important tool. Now, you do video marketing, but I know you love live streaming. So what do you feel is the difference? How do you tackle that when maybe a client says, I want video or I want live streaming? What are those types of conversations? How do you encourage them? How do you know what they need or what would be best for their business?
We always start with what is your reason, the why, right? But it's also just understanding what are you trying to do in your goals, in your business, the visibility, because we know that video really helps build visibility quickly because you can connect with them. Then there comes you go live, and then you have maybe a Stephanie or a Florence who has questions about your products, your services, and they want to know what it would be like to work with you. So then they are joining your live streaming show, talking to you. And this could go on for a while. And then, hey, Anna, and then comes, okay, maybe you have an audio room. Maybe you do a masterclass. Maybe you do a 5-day challenge. And now they really get to see what it's like to work with you. They've gone through this journey. And when it's time, they're ready to purchase. So I always give that explanation. If sometimes live streaming is something they want to work up to, then we start with video. But I always put seeds in there and plant the seeds and say, look, live streaming will get you a little bit closer to that client, but let's get you confident on camera. There's some reason why you don't want to go live. Maybe it's because you don't like the way you look, the way you sound, or maybe if you make a mistake, you can't go back and erase it. And trust me, if you have been a live streamer for a few years, few months, or even a day, you know you make mistakes. Things happen. Lighting is weird. There's a random noise. Family comes in. You never know. And it's
Yes.
all part of the journey. And even though you'll have a supporting staff or a supporting team, it's still you have to be prepared for the unexpected and be comfortable with the uncomfortable because this is what we do daily, right? How many of us like to stay in where we are, just be comfortable? I know I don't. I
No.
am ready to take on the mistakes and the lessons. Yes, at first I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to fail, I don't want this. But then I look at how many times I've gone live and said the wrong person's name. How many times I went live and I started crying because I was sad about missing my daughter or when she went off to college or I lost my job. And I had to share that what it was like. You know, if I look back, I really wanted to give a voice to not just myself, but to other entrepreneurs. And when I lost my job, I was like, why couldn't they understand that? And that was hard for me, but I realized that God had a better plan for me. So I went with it. And anybody who's watching this or thinking about getting on video or getting on or do a live streaming show, think about your voice. Think how important it is. How many people have said to you, what you just shared was what I really needed to hear? I remember my first 50 lives, I would get so many messages. Anna is one of the first 100. She was there. My background wasn't perfect. I still was trying to figure out what I was doing. But I remember her reaching out and saying, I would love to be a guest. You know how that made me feel? Like, whoa, somebody wants to be a guest on my show. Or the best is, you know what? I really needed to hear that today. I was really thinking about ending it all, and I needed to hear that message. That's pretty powerful.
Yes. Oh, okay. This is great. Because you know a little bit about my background comes from the mental health, disability advocacy space. That's where my first show originated. It was a passion project. We were getting into COVID. I could feel the frustration, the feelings, the sadness, and so many people. The isolation really affected so many of us. So for me, I found this a way of connecting with other people. And I was like, really, okay, this is fun. At first it was fun, but then you realize, like you said, the power and how it impacts other people on such a greater, much deeper level. So sharing those personal stories and how people can relate to that, I found just the same kind of welcoming feeling, and it made you feel like, okay, there is a good purpose. There is a real what do I want to say? Like, it's with intention, right? We're doing it with a real, genuine mission. And I think that for me has what's been keeping me going, despite the mistakes, despite whatever can go wrong. You know that ultimately you can change someone's life. You're giving someone an opportunity to continue on their purpose and their path. So it's been amazing just to see how people are coming to awareness, not only through the stories and through the connections, but realizing like even the power in live streaming and how we were connecting in real time, like with all the people that are in the chat today that are supporting us. So let's say hi to them real quick. Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for hanging out with us and checking out our conversation. And if you're in the chat, please give us some stories. Like, tell us about a conversation or a live stream that really changed your perspective or really made an impact on you, or how you were able to walk away with some sort of connection at that point. Because that's one of the things that I love about live streaming. Jessica, thank you for hanging out. I know you've got meetings all day long. That's just part of it. So it's nice when people can support the conversations. Your Saturday night. Thank you. We all make mistakes. So true, right?
Absolutely. Even those shows that there are some who know, hey, John, everybody has an intent. Like there are many who
Yeah.
know they need to go live, they add it, but then their own life gets in the way. And that's where we sometimes don't understand, how do we manage that? That's the part of this journey that DeeJae and I have had to figure out, because in 3 years, it's really hard. There have been moments where I wanted to give up. I actually wanted to walk away from all of it, but I said, no. I want to give a shout out to John, who's my creative director. And John met me in 2020 on a live show, and he will share he was going through a period in his life where when he came across my show, he felt like he wasn't alone, and he was part of something in the conversations and the group. There's not even the group, because I didn't even think about a group. I thought my Instagram profile was a community at the time. I would always promote it like that. But that's how a lot of I would see collaboration. I would see business deals go down. I would also see the actual guest telling me, "Hey, this visibility came to life." But then comes, okay, now we're going live, we're adding it, but then life comes. How do you handle that? How do you handle oh yes, Robert, very, very, yes.
Oh,
So I would definitely say that when life gets in your way, you have to step back, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I would also encourage, don't walk away. Come back and share, how did you get through it? When I burnt out or I understood burnout, and I came and I shared, hey, this is not easy. I never really understood burnout till I really went through, and I said, okay, I'm walking away. Now I have no problem taking a break so I can reanalyze everything. Even with my show, Entrepreneur, I have so many episodes that I can put on for July and August and come back fresh, as if I can focus on things. These are things that we are so scared to do, but it comes to a point where you're like, you know what? I just am going to do it, and I really don't care.
That happened to me, yes. I took a little hiatus come the holidays. I think it was right after a lot of the storms came, and I had to just take a break. I didn't walk away completely. There was no way I was giving up, but I needed that time, and I knew it was okay. I knew things would be there when I got back. So community is so powerful. And so, John, it's nice to meet you. Thank you. Your Saturday night. I love that because there is power in voices, us being here, us sharing our stories, really understanding, building the confidence, because that's part of today's episode's name is us building the confidence to be able to do this, to put ourselves out there just like an entrepreneur. Lots of challenges, lots of how am I going to get through this? How am I going to do this? But we find the way to do it. And usually it's because we find amazing people along the way that continue to support us and they believe in us sometimes when we don't believe in ourselves. So
I want to bring that up. So Florence is sharing that she didn't even want to come on video and I helped her, but she really wanted it herself. She just didn't know. And the confidence of telling her, even myself, telling her, you have a story. You have power that you can share with others, because in somebody's lowest of times is just seeing you coming out of that. They have hope, like this is possible. And so that gives them the confidence to show up. Sometimes the confidence isn't just showing up to the camera, it's showing up for yourself, showing up, and then go a little bit step further, showing up for that person that needs to hear it. Whoever that person is, you define that person. And when we think, oh, okay, I got to talk to A, B, C, D. But when you define one person in that video, and here's a tip. If you're going to do a video on a tip, let's say you are a therapist, who is that person that you're talking to? Just share one tip and define that one person. So then when you are creating the video, you're only talking to that one person, because DeeJae and I were talking in the back, in the backstage, and it was just her and I. It's easy to talk to just one person. So always think about that when you create a video. And then when you go live, again, just remember, who is that one person? This topic is about getting confident on camera. So I'm talking to the person who is really thinking about, I don't like the way I look. I really don't like the way that I sound, or I don't have a story. But we all have a story. We all started somewhere. What was your start? How did you get through that? Even think about your aha moment in life. For example, I was paralyzed with fear at the thought of going live because I was afraid of what others might think of me, and if I messed up, or because I didn't have a proper background. And it kind of stems back to when I would present in front of class when I was in elementary school, because I would be teased, oh, you messed up, or your project looks weird. These are see how these all of these connect. So if we understand that, then it's easier to create. Now, if you have questions, definitely put them in the comments.
yes, please. Let's keep this conversation. You've got amazing two people here to help you with your questions, and we want to help build confidence. We've had to build our own confidence along the way, even when we're trying new things, because it's always seeing what's going to work, what's not going to work. And it just, with time, it is what it is, and it gets easier, it gets better, but there's always still just that little bit of limiting belief in our head, and we just have to keep pressing on. So Yes. Okay, Anna, look at that. I wanted to quit so much over the last 5 years, but at the same time, I wouldn't trade it for the world. That's absolutely beautiful, because that's real talk.
That is. And she just had a baby girl. So cute. So I understand. Hey, Shannon.
Let's see. Oh my goodness. The chat is a little bit. Hi, Shannon. Yes. Okay. Florence says hi to Shannon. I see Gabe. I wanted to say hi. Let's see.
What's up, Gabe?
What is this? I'm so shy. to be on
There's
camera.
the man who has like 9,000 episodes.
I know. Right. Let's see. Jamie, that is beautiful of storytelling. Someone listening needs to hear the one sharing benefits from sharing. Win all around. I agree. Regina, hey, welcome. So glad you came to our conversation. And Shannon's here. I haven't seen Shannon. I've seen her around. She's one of those people that just has one of those jobs that is near and dear to my heart with social work and really providing a service that is so needed out there. So it's nice to see wonderful, valuable, high quality people here today. You know, I think it's important to have those messages, know your purpose, because you can do it. You can be out there. You've got great coaches that are going to help you along the way, and great supporters out there that are going to show up. Believe it or not, people will show up, and
They do, especially on this platform. They will. I know Regina will make sure there's not one post of mine that doesn't have a like or a comment. And Shannon, she is one of my producers on my team. I trained her, so that was really exciting. And then now, I remember when she first got on a live show, she was like, "I don't like the way I look." I'm like, "Come on, just do it. I'm here with you. You're not alone." And then afterwards, "Oh, I don't know if I could do video." Now that's all she likes to do.
Yes, good. That's amazing. And that's it. We go through these changes, but we know that the work or the purpose is just that much more important than ourselves, and our own insecurities. We got to get past those. Let me see. Is this a question?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Florence. Question. Sri, have you done pop-ups often? Do you recommend scheduling live? I'm thinking I'd rather do a pop live rather than scheduling. Ooh, good question.
Really good question. So here it comes. Pop-ups are fun from time to time, but if you have something that you want to get out. So for example, DeeJae has a masterclass. I would say having scheduled lives a week is good. But in between, she can do pop-up lives, especially the week of the launch of the masterclass to get signups. Yeah, definitely. And hey, Eddie, and in your case, Florence, from time to time do pop-up lives, but also you want to create community. You want people to get there. Plus, because what kind of work that you do, you're a brand ambassador. Well, not a brand ambassador, but she does represents brands. You want to schedule so they can come and join conversation. So that's where the caveat comes. I always love doing pop-ups, but I also love doing schedule. So when DeeJae comes on my show, I want to make sure that everybody knows, and then they are invited and they will tell somebody else because they know the show's going to be fire.
That's right. That goes back to meeting awesome creators. They know what you're going through, so you're never really that alone. There's always just that one person you can reach out to when you're struggling and you feeling like you're the only one that's going through this. No, there's lots of us that are constantly in that grind, and you're not alone. And if you feel like you've been there, if you feel like you're there alone, there's always somebody that's been there through that. They've figured out a way. They might have a tip. They might have a strategy that's going to help you out, make it a little easier. So it's all about, that community as well. It keeps us moving on, moving forward, pressing on, and, achieving the dreams, because we're all here to have those big dreams, make that money, right? Build the confidence, make that money.
Make that money. And also I want to put out there, DeeJae and I do similar things. And I actually advocate for DeeJae. Why? Because I know that I'm not for everybody. I know I'm for somebody. So if I have come across somebody who doesn't fit well, we don't align, but I know somebody who would align with them. And I have no problem saying, hey. Now, if someone comes across and I'm suspect, I may not refer because it's not my job to, but I will always say, hey, there are so many options. If you're interested, I can definitely give you some names. It's up to you what you want to do. But that's how I've always been. I will always say all of us do almost similar things, but what makes us unique is our experience. And I think we do have a question.
Yes, great question too. I think it was Tran, because I saw Tran say, my name's Tran. So what advice when you're starting out?
Ooh, this is a good one. So I'll give some, and I know DJ is going to give some. So when I say when starting out, figure out who you are speaking to. Do you want to bring on a guest? Do you want to go live by yourself? And if you bring on a guest, why do you want to bring on a guest? Who is this guest? Are they going to be somebody similar to your industry, or are they going to be somebody who is an authority in their industry? So you might say, "Hey, I want to tap into DJ's community because she has people that I know that I could get, if I get in front of them, they would want to work with me." So then you would strategically be trying to get DJ onto your show. But that's all the part of the planning, right? Then comes next, what day and time can you go live? You want to be consistent. In the beginning, you can go live any day, anytime. You're trying to figure out. You can use different platform or not platforms, but you can use different tools to help you figure out when is the best time that your audience is on and show up at that time. And then the number 3 thing is have fun. Like, definitely have fun. So one is figure out who you're going to bring on, what then, and if you're going to do a show by yourself, then number 2 is figuring out the day and time, and number 3 is have fun. Now, I know DJ might say and bring up, what platform, but that's also part of it too. Where are your potential clients? You don't want to go live everywhere. It's a lot of work. Trust me. So if you want to go live on TikTok, you have to have 1,000 followers, and your guest has to have 1,000 followers. If you want to go live on Instagram, Facebook, you can go live natively. But if you want to go live on LinkedIn, you have to have creator mode on. You have to have 150 followers, and then you have to use a third-party platform.
Yes, solid. That's super solid. I would add and know where your people are at, because you said know who you're talking to, but you got to know where they're at. And I always say you can't expect people to be changing platforms if you're over here and they're over there, because they're meet them where they're at, right? Their favorite platform. So in a sense, you can't be everywhere. And so I have my own preferred platforms that I like to. I always say YouTube should be one of them, just because it's SEO and it's made for video. It's the king of videos to holding those videos. Everything else will get lost in the shuffle on Facebook or Instagram. And I don't know too much about TikTok, so I can't speak to TikTok. And then speaking their language, like you said, talking to them in their language, because if you know who you're talking to, they're going to connect with that and they're going to know. And so they're going to feel it. And you'll be like, okay, don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to come in here from a different world and not knowing. You just have to be confident in your own knowledge and know what you can speak to, and try not to fake it, because there is no faking it till you make it. Ugh.
No, it gets hard.
People will call you out.
They will. And then Tran had another question. She's in the UK. Would I do 2 shows or capture the USA and UK? I would say no. You would do 1 show, and you can look at, well,
time-wise.
If it's 4:00 here in the UK, what time is it in the US? And if you look at the behaviors of LinkedIn, technically in the morning, we check our phone. So between 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., you would get somebody. And then again, we come back when it's lunchtime. So that's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You would get some people too. And DJ probably knows too, because it's a 1:00 show here. Well, wherever we're tuning in on Eastern.
So yeah,
on Eastern Standard Time. But that's just something to keep in mind.
And I did that. Yeah, because I used to stream on Monday nights. It was like 7:00 at night. I would do it after work. That's how I originally started. And then I would miss the European friends over there across the pond. So then I realized next time I'm going to be able to stream. I want to stream a little bit earlier in the day, lunchtime, USA time, still be able to catch Pacific West Coast, but still be able to catch the people over again in Europe, Africa, any of those countries that want to participate. So that's why I picked this time, because I knew I would be able to capture a pool of people from different time zones. So for me, but I was now able to, before I wasn't able to. So I guess it also depends on that as well. And she says she's a LinkedIn girl. I love it. I do also like the comment from Eddie, serving an ideal audience is greater than serving the world. So yes, again, like being strategic, being intentional, being purposeful. Don't try to be and talk about something that you just don't know about. But so for me, it was easy to start live streaming about what I already knew about. And that would always be good advice for anyone that's starting out. Let's just address this question before we run out of time. It's 30 minutes. It's a good question. Do you feel like you're an influencer? I don't call myself personally an influencer, but we influence people. And so there's no denying that. That's part of the job. And that's part of why we live stream, because we want to encourage influence. For me, positive influence, powerful influence, life-changing, life-saving influence. That's my answer.
I don't really see myself as an influencer, but like you, I realize the impact that I've made on many people's lives, and some of them are here on the show. And Shannon is asking, because you do this already, I never thought about doing YouTube. Is that better than live shows on LinkedIn? So this question is more streaming live on YouTube. Is it better? Is it the best way to drive traffic? I mean, yeah, I'm going to let you answer this question.
So my thoughts on this is always stream to YouTube. Fundamentally, it's going to house your videos. You can download from there. You can edit from there. You can go back. You can do keywords. You can change the what's the card? The thumbnail. You can change the thumbnail. You can clip out those 30-second, 60-second countdowns. So for me, yes, you can make it SEO search friendly, putting in keywords, putting in tags, hashtags, whatever. Again, it will get lost if you're floating around on other platforms, but at least on YouTube, it'll always be there. We hope. At least YouTube has a history, right? A good history, and they're only continue to do good things, I think. So, but we don't know when we talk about AI and all that stuff. So I don't know. I can't speak to that. But for me, I do think at least incorporating YouTube as a backup, having that available there is always a good planning.
It is. It's really good planning. And I would say, I would also add in order to even stream your live streaming show onto even your website, some of them have you go to YouTube so that you can put that there. So just think about all of the benefits of streaming. Now, when you're starting and then you're like, this is too much, start small, build up. And Tran is asking, what if you're promoting someone? Look, DeeJae and I were always promoting someone. We have a strategy, which is you have to create the event and then invite people, talk about it, get people interested, especially if you know that this is what they've been asking for. And there maybe 3 people ask for, I want to learn how to get confident in our camera, or I want to learn how live streaming can help my business as a psychologist. Invite them to the show. And those 3 people, because they asked for it, they'll show up.
Awesome. Yes, we are. Hi, George. Thank you for hanging out. He was my guest last week, and I know he knows you. I saw him in your connections. So yes, awesome. Thank you for supporting us. And Florence, thank you. That's a wonderful compliment. Doing well, encouraging everyone, Dee. Appreciate that. Wow, time goes by quick. I try to make these 30 minutes just because I like to be respectful and conscientious of people's time, especially business hours. Hopefully some people can listen in while they still working. That's always nice. But to have an engaging chat like this, asking questions and really pulling from us, it's great to see. I see that there's hope, that there's lots of people that are going to be having their own shows in a few months, in a year. You're going to be inviting us, saying, hey, would you like to be on my show? And we're going to support you. We're going to say yes, because we want to see you succeed. We want to see you out there as well. And I'm glad you got Shannon. I remember asking Shannon if she wanted to be a guest on my show because, again, it was about mental health. And she's like, no, I'm scared of the camera. And I was like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But it's so good to see her. Like, she didn't give up despite all her hardships in her life and everything she had went through. She's out there. She's just doing amazing things. So it's wonderful to see. Good.
Yay.
So,
you know what? I'm going to give a shout out to Florence. She did join my free Facebook community, and in there are challenges that I do provide on a weekly basis to help those who are in there, because either you're scared to get on camera, shy to go live, and you have that opportunity to, you can drop your videos to get feedback. And also I also do workshops. I do master classes. We have a networking event, and this is all within the community. And I've seen like Florence or Shannon or others who've come through the community, and then they end up doing that on their platforms, or they sign up for some of the workshops that I do. But this is all happening in the Facebook group. So if you're not part of it, definitely come and join, because there's so many amazing folks in there.
yes, get confident on camera. That's what it's called. Gotta get in there. Join her group. Join her group. If you're not part of her group, we can all get confident on camera together, increasing our confidence every day, every week. Every time you go live, you learn something new. You get better and better, and you're going to be able to handle any other hiccups as they come by. Like the dog came in here, and my heart jumped like, oh, the dog's going to come and it's going to bark. And, but hey, he did a good job. He kept quiet. So we made it. We made it through the 30 minutes. But please, if you don't know this amazing woman, and I want to go back to something you said about supporting each other, because we do. I have had lots of other live streamers, producers, coaches, and I love supporting them as well. And it goes back to what you said, if they're not a good fit for me, they might be a better fit for them. And it's nice to have those opportunities, not only to refer, because you want all of us to succeed, but also it provides opportunities for collaboration. Like, you don't want to put yourself in the corner all by yourself. Like, that's not going to get you further with that tactic or that strategy. So that's definitely not a strategy that I would ever recommend. So I agree with that one too.
And Florence is asking if you have a group. Do you have a group?
I do have a group. I'm building a group on the Mighty Network. It's going to be a paid community for paid coaching. So it's not a Facebook group. I've never really been on Facebook per se, so I don't really know. But that's part of my plan, something that we're going to put ourselves out there. We're going to try, see how it goes. And hopefully it's going to be an idea that can really take off. And, you don't know if you don't try, if you don't put yourself out there. And that just goes back to what we're doing. I got to find the confidence to be like, yes, I have a group.
You're doing a paid group. You can absolutely do a free group that will funnel people into your paid group. But again, it's about time, and it's about your energy, and it's about, can you manage it all? The same thing with creating video and live streaming. You have to manage all of this, even check yourself. So if I could leave one tip of the day is, remember, you are the most important asset in all that you do, in your business, your live streaming show, your videos. So if you have to step back for a minute, but don't be forever. And I promise you, when you come back, it'll be much better.
Yes. Great tip. I love that. That's a fantastic way to close it out. You're on so frequently. You're always sharing your knowledge and your experience and all the ups and downs, and you're just so real. And I think that that's important. People got to see like the reality in it, and that we really are what we say we are. We're about what we say we are. So, no matter what, get out there. Don't worry about it. We're all doing the same thing. We're all doing it together, right?
We are. We're all in this together. Like, we always say, no, we're not, but we are.
Right. All right. All right, friends. Thank you, everyone, to contributed to the conversation. It's been an amazing, a fun time. I don't know if we got off track. I think we had some amazing words of wisdom from you. And I love that you have a business. You've got an amazing team that can help any one of these individuals and anyone else that watches the replay. So again, you're not really alone. Don't ever think that. And it only takes one. It only takes one person, right? When you hear it from one other person outside, it can really be like, okay, I can do this. And that's all we want. We want you to believe in yourself.
Absolutely. Believe in yourself. I love that.
Believe in
Thank
yourself.
you so much, everybody who's joining in on the replay or the live. And thank you, DeeJae, for having me on your show.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.